Hey everybody, Code Pika here. Welcome back to more Kingdom Hearts Re.Chain Memories. We're not going to talk about anything that has actually been happening in the last few weeks, because, I mean, not few weeks, but you know what? Final Fantasy VII is a thing. They showed the trailer, and I'm happy for that. But let's continue on with Kingdom Hearts.
Where'd Riku go?
Guess he must have finally got tired of fighting with you.
I sure hope so.
Yeah, he got so tired of fighting with us that he just decided to say, you know what, I don't want to fight Sora no more, because he kind of kicked my ass like 2 times already and 3 times or so. I don't really remember the number. And I'm kind of sad and I'm upset and I don't feel like dying anymore.
So what's going on, Vexen? Your Riku was supposed to counter Sora. What's he waiting for? Where is he?
He's hiding somewhere to lure Sora deeper into the castle, right? I suppose we should just leave it at that, you know.
Aha! Oh, I see now. I would have never guessed that. So sorry, Vexen.
Silence!
Predictable response. Forget it. Men without hearts are so boring.
You're one to talk. As if you have such a heart to speak of yourself.
That's enough.
Lucia.
Vexen, the simple fact is that your project was a failure. You'd best not disappoint us again.
Disappoint you? You go too far. In this organization, you're number 11. I'm number 4, and I will not have you!
I've been entrusted this castle in Namine by our leader. Defying me will be seen as treason against the organization. Traitors are eliminated. I believe that's what the rules say.
Who needs a half-baked good-for-nothing anyway?
Vexen, you cannot win against Sora.
Pity to be so ignorant. As you're only able to see the surface of things, I should not expect you to appreciate my true might.
Oh? Then let us watch as you prove it.
What?
None of us wish to be suspicious of a comrade.
Your insincerity is comforting.
You give a challenge like that to Vexen and he'll seriously want to eliminate Sora. That would be an unfortunate denouement. What to do? Your hero is soon to be wiped from existence. But I believe there is a certain promise that he made you. Isn't that right, Namine?
Yes.
Wow, the top floor. We've got a pretty eye.
And that must mean we've lost 10 whole floors worth of our memories. Sora, it's still not too late. Don't you think we should turn back?
Can't do it. Because that would break an old promise that I made.
An old promise? What would that be?
On the islands, I promised Namine that I'd keep her safe, no matter what. But I forgot it. I didn't remember until I started forgetting everything else. A promise between the two of us. That's why I can't leave. Now that I remember the promise, I have to keep it.
Of course. We understand, Sora.
I didn't remember the promise until I first started forgetting everything else. No offense, Sora, that's bad. The fact that you kind of started forgetting everything else is Whatever. Anyways, moving on. We got one more area that we need to explore. And this one last area is not really much of a big world. It's more so of a minigame section. Because in the original Chain of Memories, it was kind of finicky to complete this world. And it was odd. Essentially, you had to do certain things. And Pooh kind of had like honey that, you know, disappeared after a while. He kind of needs to eat honey, and you kind of need to do certain things to get the critters to join you in escapades, and it's kind of odd. Essentially what you're doing is that you're basically allowing Pooh to get to the end in the original Chain of Memories. You're doing the same thing here, but unlike in the original, you don't have to do it in the original. In this one, you kind of don't have, well, actually, you don't have to do it in this one either. You can also screw off as well and just go straight to the end. But we're going to showcase all the minigames, because the minigames are pretty okay. They're not like all like game amazing minigames. I mean, hell, at least it's better than the minigames in Cage 2, because I mean not Cage 2, Cage 3 I should say. Cage 3 is a downgrade compared to Cage 2's and Re.Chain of Memories' minigames. Like, they didn't try at all. All they did was just reuse the same 3 minigames 3 times, and it's like, why? Like, that's not even that interesting. Like, that's actually kind of terrible. Anyways, the goal here is to essentially find all of Pooh's friends, just like you did in the original Kingdom Hearts game. And it is basically the abridged version of this, and it's not that interesting. Here's our first minigame. I mean, it's not really a minigame, but it might as well be at this point. You essentially gotta keep running around until you either step on Piglet, and then you can get Piglet, and then he gets scared. There are no voice cutscenes in here, so yeah, which is interesting, because that you can kind of say the same thing for KH1, because KH1 didn't really have much voice in the Pooh world. They have full voice in 2, but not so much in 1. There was only like a little bit of cutscenes with Pooh and Piglet and Tigger, and that's it. And Rabbit? I think Rabbit spoke. I don't remember. Anyways, we're just gonna leave, because there's no point in staying in here. There are no enemies here at all. And just like the original game, you know, we learn Confuse. This temporarily confused enemies, so they attack less often. Not really that great in terms of actual mechanics, because I don't really need to use it. You can actually go inside Pooh's house, and you can go ahead and hit this for some Moogle points, and hit this for some more Moogle points, and go ahead and just ransack everything. I do like that the text ends up changing differently, so that's nice to touch on the detail. Other than that, yeah. So now as we're going through this, yeah, so Final Fantasy VII was announced at the time of this recording, and I'm looking forward to it. I am, like, some people, I don't know, like, how many people are kind of put off by the whole fact that it's an action RPG that's kind of similar to the Kingdom Hearts series. But, you know, I don't mind, because part of me is, like, the thing is that, obviously, I have a few friends that don't really like the turn-based combat. Like, I like the turn-based combat, but it's not for everybody. Like, I'm not gonna go ahead and sugarcoat it. It's not for everybody. And I kind of also feel that the reason as to why they probably took the action approach is mainly because of the fact of how the cutscenes are done. Because the cutscenes, to me, are kind of going to be the most important part in the Final Fantasy VII. They didn't showcase Tifa, they didn't showcase Yuffie, they showcased Aerith Barrett's voice. They showcased Aerith Barrett and Cloud models. They showed them in cutscenes, and they showed a bit of Sephiroth, but we don't know if he's voiced by his Kingdom Hearts 2 VA, who also voiced the Superman, and he had a very amazing voice. He also voiced him in Advent Children as well. So I'm kind of hoping that it is the same guy whose name is George Newbern. I hope it's still him. I mean, if it's not, it's going to be really iffy to hear Sephiroth's voice. I mean, mind you, it was kind of iffy to hear him in Cage 1, where he had in sync Lance Bass, which was like, all right, buddy, I don't understand that. That's kind of weird and confusing for me, and it kind of was off-putting. Anyways, for this minigame, you talk to Rabbit, and essentially what you're doing is you're putting the cabbages and pumpkins in their respective places, and that's really about it. You also need to avoid anything because you'll trip. So yeah, that's really about it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of things that are probably going to be like announced, because we're going to get more information coming in June. But what I'm looking forward to now, since it's May right now, we're supposed to get like a Final Fantasy 14 live letter, which is supposed to go ahead and tell us what's going to be happening in the changes in Shadowbringer. And oh my god, I'm looking forward to see what the hell they're going to change, because oh my god, it's going to be good. Because to be honest, Shadowbringer, I am looking forward to. I'm liking the turn of the story that they're taking with this game, and it's gonna be fan-freaking-tastic. Now, the thing is that, what I'm kind of wondering with Final Fantasy VII is that, is it gonna be like a remake like how Resident Evil 2 was, or is it gonna be like a, one-to-one the original? If it is gonna be like a remake for like one-to-one, because I also heard that it's also gonna be episodic because they can't really put the entire disc into one game, which sucks because it's kind of sad in my honest opinion. Like I kind of wish that they had the ability to do that, but they don't. So it's like, what? It's like, come on guys, you guys can. No, you can't do that. Anyways, it's like you guys can like do something. You guys put in everything of Kingdom Hearts. Well, I mean, I guess if they didn't do what they're doing, because I think what they're probably going to do is obviously they're going for an episodic approach. Something tells me that there is probably going to be like the Midgar section, which does feel long. We also got /+. This allows Cloud to teleport behind enemies and // them, and that's really about it. It just allows them to teleport. I don't know why Stop allows them that. Whatever. But it essentially kind of makes me wonder, like, are there gonna be like cosmetic DLCs or something? Are we gonna get like costume changes and the like? Because if we are, that's gonna be sweet. Like, no offense, that's gonna be cool. So, you know, all that other nonsense. All right, so this minigame here, you're just floating all the way up to the top, collecting honey along the way. That's really it. You're not really doing much. You do have to get a certain score. Don't let all the balloons pop. If all the balloons pop, you will fall and you will have to do it again. But yeah, that's it. But it's making me look forward to what they're actually gonna do with 7. Cause like, is it gonna be a one-to-one, like a recreation of the original game, or is it gonna be something completely different? Like that's the thing that I'm wondering. Like, what is it gonna be? And obviously, it's being done by the same person who has done Kingdom Hearts and Nomura himself. I have high regards than what he can do with the game. I mean, he did design the cast, so it his precious baby. He didn't design the story, not to my knowledge, but he did design like the character designs, but that's really it. The monsters that they showcase, like the Scorpion Tank, the one monster that you fight when Don Corleone drops you into the sewer, looks really good. Like, don't get me wrong, like the fact that in spoiler a little bit of Stormblood, Final Fantasy 14 does showcase the Scorpion Tank, and it really made me look forward to seeing the Scorpion Tank in 7. And the thing is that the way how the Scorpion Tank acts in 14 is literally the same way how it would act in Final Fantasy 7. Now, the whole action RPG kind of element that they're probably implementing, like, it's probably going to be a little bit, it's like, I'm wondering about this. It doesn't look like it's fully completed, in my honest opinion. It kind of looks like there's still some tweaks that they probably need to change, because it doesn't really look like that Cloud kind of goes a whole lot. And considering the fact that we have the weapons, which I know that they're going to be in the game. We know that Emerald and Ruby are going to be in the game, including Diamond Weapon and, you know, Prod Claude, because you can't get rid of those. If you get rid of those, it's kind of weird. So I'm kind of wondering, how are those fights going to work? Are they going to work like how in Kingdom Hearts 1 fashion, where you have a giant enemy or something, or how Kingdom Hearts 2 does it, where you have a giant enemy, but you have like the triangle button be like your reaction commands to react to your enemies and whatnot, to do like certain QTEs or whatnot. It was like, is that what's gonna happen? Is that what they're gonna do? Because, you know, that's something that I'm looking into. Like, I'm still looking forward to the game regardless. So I'm glad that it's still a game. I'm glad that it's being made. I'm glad that it's not like freaking canceled and not being shown. We got Faraga Burst, which is a really good ability. It's kind of like the equivalent of Tornado, except in fire-based form. But the sad thing is, we don't have like any freaking gravity whatsoever, so we're kind of boned in actually trying to utilize that, which is a damn shame, because it would help. But Faraga Burst also has like the sting that kind of ends up missing a whole lot if it ends up like going the wrong direction. It's useful against if you end up fighting like ice elemental enemies, but the thing is that after the 2 worlds that we're gonna go through, we're not gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting elemental enemies again. So Faraga Burst is gonna be really useless. Like Trinity Limit is gonna be useful, but Faraga Burst not so much. Tornado is still gonna be useful. For this section here, you're essentially, you know, you gotta press the corresponding buttons and end up following, memorize it. You gotta do it 25 times, and when you do it 25 times, you can just fail. You have to get the you have to get the score that the game wants you to get, or else you're not gonna get anywhere. So wait, try forward and back and forward and back. Oh yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it whenever whatever information they decide to bring us. For all I know, they could probably just bring us absolutely nothing and we can all be sad. But hey, Kingdom Hearts 3 is pretty okay, so I have high hopes. So yeah, I still want a Kingdom Hearts online game though. That's not Unchained, because I actually don't really want Unchained. Please, can we get like friggin' like a Kingdom Hearts online game where you can just create your own avatar and just go on magical adventures with Donald and Goofy, or anybody for that matter? Come on, that would be like a freaking seller right there. And you just update the games with different worlds. Why haven't they done this yet? I mean, yes, they have Unchained, but that's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. That damn game eats up your data like it's nobody's business, and I don't like it, because it's like, I want to play it, but then I don't want to play it because it sucks up all of my data. Not data, like more so like space, and it's ridiculous. Like, I like Unchained, I liked what I played, but god damn, just no, please, for the love of God, just no, don't do that to me. It's like, just don't. Alright, and we're done. Now I can actually just fail this and just keep going on with my life. I think if you get, I'm not sure if there's a trophy for getting like 50 or anything more, but I don't really care much for it. But I'll see how far I can go before I lose. Oh, okay, well. So this, boom, 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 boom. I think it's this one, and this one, and then that one. Hey, look at that. I should probably stop playing this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, those are like the only news that in the video game world. And I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, screw you, Tigger. Missed. Now, here's a thing that's actually kind of messed up in this game that I kind of don't like that it does. It kind of does something that, if you didn't go out of your way to go to Neverland first, you would not be able to get this treasure chest. There's only one treasure chest in this entire area. And that treasure chest is actually in this area. Oh, look at him jump. I don't remember tigers being able to bounce, but then again, if tigers had the ability to bounce, that would be kind of scary, just FYI. Alright, well, whatever. Oh yeah, it was weighing him down, even though he looks like he's jumping the same thing. Bambi zigzags around the battlefield, confusing the enemies. There's like 2 abilities that does nothing but confusing enemies. It's kind of really weird. Anyway, this treasure chest over here you can only get if you have glide, because there's no other means of getting it unless you probably can. Actually, wait. Is that really the only means you can get it? Because high jump doesn't do anything. Yeah, you need glide to get this. You cannot get it any other way, which is dumb. In my honest opinion, it is really, really dumb. But we're almost done. We have 2 more areas, 2 more mini games to do before we are done with Pooh's fantastic adventures of Winnie the Pooh's. But yeah, video games are good. I know that Medieval was also shown, but that's not the kind of game that I really enjoy all that much. I didn't play it before. Like, I think I played like the demo disc of it, but that's really it. I never really played anything else. So, yeah. That's really all I can say. Like, it's pretty much, like, really all I can say. Like, there's nothing much I can say. So there probably is like a trophy for getting like a good high score, because I've noticed that when I did this on stream before, I gotten a trophy for getting like an abundance of points here. So I'm kind of wondering if that's the case for the minigame with Tigger, but I don't feel like staying in for that long because I got shit to do, yo. Like, I cannot deal with that. I'm not dealing with that life. I mean, this is cool though. Like, this is basically what the dive sequence will be in Cage Dream Drop Distance. Whether you like them or not is really up to you, because I don't like the dive sequence because they can be a bit finicky to deal with, especially when you're fighting against the dive bosses. Oh, look at that. It got like invisibility frames too. That is really similar to the dive sequence. Jeez. Ha, booyah. And that's it. I don't think that's even a better score, considering I think I just missed some, but who cares? You're supposed to get like a 2,000 score to actually get yourself, or is it 25? I don't remember. 2,500? Probably 2,500. Rue, why were you in there? I was busy looking for Tigger, and then for some reason I ended up in there, even though you didn't really go on the other side to go and find Tigger, so what do I know? These guys are great. And we get to meet them again in KH2. Not so much in the other games, though. I mean, I'm fine with that, to be honest. Like, I'm fine that we don't have to go to Pooh's world again. And we got a Mega Ether, which is really good because it actually ends up giving us back all of our magic. And now we got one more minigame, which the game kind of forgets and is like, oh wait, this is a game that's based around cards. Maybe we should kind of put a mini game that's based around the card system. But why? Because why not? You know that's stupid, right? I don't care. So yeah, here you are. You have to exterminate 50 bees, and you also have to be careful for Pooh's health, which is the honey health. You do have healing that can be able to heal him, but that's really about it. Now, the bees end up utilizing very hard-hitting friggin' attacks. Now, the way how Pooh ends up losing his health is essentially he will usually end up losing his health in a way that is like, hey, I can't do this. But, you know, it's not bad. Like, it's fairly easy to beat. But you go ahead and feed him honey, and then he will go ahead and end up getting all of his health back, which is really good. But the bees do tend to go ahead and have like a very hard-hitting set of friggin' cards that they like to use, and they can be pretty gosh darn annoying. But that's okay. When you end up using the wind, though, it actually does push them all back, and they will end up attacking Pooh, and they will do like a crap ton of damage to him, which sucks. But you know what? That's okay. Sliding dash can be made, which I don't understand why you would want that, because I guess like these cards are kind of based around the they're kind of based around your actual card system, which is weird. I don't know how these are implemented in terms of the game though, So for all intents and purposes, I could just be having like no friggin' luck at all. They will end up trying to attack him though, so I'm just gonna... Oh, they broke it. I didn't even realize that they broke it. Hey! Leave him alone! Pooh needs honey, and he demands feast! Like, seriously, he actually does. Here, Pooh. Take that in your head. I don't know where the honey came from, but you know what? I'm not gonna really question it, because that's okay. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and just wipe you guys all out. Oh, crap, I ain't got no cards. That is not good. That kind of ends up giving me bad flashbacks to the final boss. And that's it. That's the end of that minigame. You end up beating it so that way Pooh can go ahead and knock himself up and get honey coming out of the tree. Or he can just get, you know, Eeyore's tail. Because why the hell not? Much obliged, Pooh. Yeah. Whatever. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm sadly going to have to end the part before even talking to Pooh, because this game kind of does something that I don't like. You can't exit the world until you talk to Pooh, because when you talk to Pooh, what ends up happening is the game automatically sends you out the door. So be sure to save before you talk to Pooh and let him go. And this is our first elixir, which is good, because I'm going to put it in the deck right now, because I'm going to need it, especially against this stupid boss fight. I don't really like this boss fight. This boss fight actually is pretty bad in terms of design. Well, not in terms of design, it's just bad because of the fact of how it's implemented. But utilizing like lethal frame and whatnot will basically make us win. So yeah, if you end up doing this, you essentially will leave the world. You don't want to do that. You want to save first, because if you don't, then, well, you know, you're gonna hit yourself. So anyways, that is the end of this episode of Kingdom Hearts Re.Chain Memories. In the next episode, we shall be fighting against Vexen, because that is our next boss fight, and he is quite the one. Anyways, I've been Code Pika, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next electrifying episode. See yas!